Good evening to you. Welcome to Patrick Christie's Tonight with me, Ben Leo, just for this evening. I'm going to share with you now a GB News exclusive. We've obtained a recording that lays bare the fractious relationship between French officials and British Border Force on the front line of the small boats crisis on the English Channel. It was recorded on a very busy day of crossings on Sunday morning.
Do you prepare your seaboat as we have no support and we have significant overloading on this migrant vessel? Over.
Yes, we will launch in our rescue boat. And can you get the life jacket of the MiG, please?
Dear MiG, it's okay for that boat. And can you get our life jacket back, please?
MiG volunteer, that's understood. We'll give you your life jackets back. Can you please send your seaboat to assist? Over.
It's okay.
So, just to clarify, British Border Force radio the French asking for help with a dangerously overcrowded migrant vessel in the Channel, and it seems, in my opinion, just from listening to that audio, that the French's biggest concern is getting their life jackets back. Why? Why are they more so concerned about getting life jackets back that we know they give to migrants, it was revealed weeks and weeks ago, than dealing with the actual problem of strange men from faraway lands crossing the English Channel into Great Britain? Just a few weeks ago, Home Secretary Yvette Cooper was trumpeting a massive diplomatic breakthrough with the French.
France has now agreed that they will now start to intervene in French waters in order to prevent small boats. That hasn't happened yet, but the previous government spent 6 years trying to persuade them. They have now agreed as a result of the pressure that we've been putting on, the discussions that we have had, and we need that to start.
But that tense recording that we just played you really blows apart the government's claims that they're making inroads with the French. And despite all the money we give them, £450 million over the course of 3 years, the diplomatic rhetoric that they're going to help, you can hear from the audio recording that tensions are still running high. And if you ask me, it seems like Border Force are just completely and utterly exasperated with their French counterparts. And the small boat crisis, of course, is only getting worse. Let's get an update on some rather disturbing developments today on the Channel from GB News Home and Security Editor Mark White. Mark, good evening. It's been a hell of a day on the Channel. Just bring us up to date, will you, please?
Well, we knew it was going to be a busy day. We are basically experiencing a series of what they call red days, which means effectively the conditions are flat calm and the migrant boats are likely to come across the Channel. And that's exactly what happened. Our sources suggested we could get up to 900 small boats crossing today. And sure enough, we just got the final Border Force vessel coming into Dover Harbour at 9 o'clock this evening, and that took the tally to 880 small boat migrants for the day, so just shy of that 900 prediction. 14, we believe, perhaps even 15 small boats made the crossing today. And it started early in the day. We got some images we can show you on the other side of the Channel there of the migrants now wading out for their taxi boat, they call them. They come out usually from rivers just further along the coastline, and then the migrants will get on board the vessels. They'll wade out waist deep, even neck deep at times when they're trying to get out and onto the boats there. Now, you heard Yvette Cooper saying that she is going to move, or has moved, the French to start pushing back these boats. However, we can reveal that the French government have been taken to court by an activist group. So it's by no means certain that this tactic that was supposed to start in July, just this month basically, or tomorrow I think, is perhaps on hold until that court case is over. We can also show you some other images of discarded items on the beach. Now, they include Indian money. There are also mobile phones, an array of smartphones that have also just been dumped by the migrants, and also passports. One particular passport that we found that is from Somalia. And the reason these items are discarded on the beach is because the migrants are told to do that by the people smugglers, so that they can effectively invent a backstory that ensures that they have a better chance of being able to stay, to be granted asylum. And so throughout today, I was down in Dover again on the cliff top there, the hottest day of the year, watching these boats coming in. This was the Ramsgate lifeboat, absolutely rammed to the gunwales. 72 migrants on board that particular RNLI lifeboat. 2 lifeboats were called out, 3 in fact, Dungeness this evening as well, to assist Border Force, because there were just so many small boats crossing during the course of the day. And we're expecting relatively good weather in the Channel, so we could get a few hundred more crossing again tomorrow.
Mark, thank you for that rather, I mean, it just goes on and on, doesn't it? Every time I speak to you, it's another disturbing, chilling, quite frankly, development. Thank you for the update, although it probably wasn't very welcomed by our viewers, but we appreciate you anyway. Mark White, GB News Home and Security Editor. Right, let's get the thoughts of my panel now. The Daily Express columnist Carol Malone, the former chair of the Conservative Party, Sir Jake Berry, and the journalist and broadcaster Benjamin Butterworth. Welcome back, panel. Carol, why would the French be more concerned about getting their damn life jackets back than dealing with an overcrowded migrant vessel?
Because they're taking us for mugs, and we are being mugs to them. You know, in the last 10 years, we've spent the thick end of £1 billion. We've given that to France to help stop the boats and to help deal with the migrant problem. And they're not doing it. 480 million on the latest deal, and they're just taking the mickey out of us. And it's just, you know, it just seems beyond me. You know, 1,000 on Sunday, 900 today, 14 boats today, and they even call it their taxi boat. And then, and you know, then you have the Border Force taking them on board as well. And it's just, I'm watching. Look at this filming now.
Look at these pictures, Carol.
I'm watching.
Let's play a game of Where's Wally? Spot the women and children.
Yes, I saw on all the filming we've put out. I've seen one woman in the water.
Benjamin, how many can you spot?
Being taken for mugs.
Well, I don't like to assume their gender, Ben. So,
oh, don't be ridiculous. We can see it's one woman. But, you know, we've got to stop depending on France to secure our borders. We have to do that ourselves. And to do that, we have to stop giving them the incentives to come here. We have to stop the benefits, stop the houses. All those people on those boats today have to have somewhere to live in the next few months. So it's going to be a hotel, it's going to be a flat, it's going to be a room in someone's house. And people in this country who are living on the streets don't get the luxury of that. It's just not fair.
Benjamin, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, there's no doubt that it's alarming and that it's wrong. But the question is how you resolve it. And anybody who says the answer to that does not involve France, does not involve working with European countries, is mistaken. Because
but they don't want the problem to end.
Well, they do want the problem to end. They just don't want it to be there.
In France.
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
care if it comes to Britain. They don't care. They despise us.
But I'm afraid you have to work with them because they are the other essential partner in solving this. And so that's why it's so important. And that's why I think the Labour government is pursuing a one-in, one-out policy.
Which is ludicrous.
Which would say that people who come here with absolutely no claim to asylum would be sent back to France, and people with a legitimate claim, such as a relative who lives in the UK, will get a claim here. Now, that would do miracles to clear the backlog of hotels and housing bills.
Do you honestly believe Labour are going to send people back to France? Do you seriously believe that?
Well, yes, they've proposed that idea.
Is that before or after they smashed the gangs? I mean, this country is being invaded. It is a slow-motion invasion of men who we know nothing about come into this country. I know that's pejorative language. I know people say you shouldn't use that sort of language. We are subject to invasion. 80 years ago, a few plucky Brits could stop the entire Nazi army crossing the Channel to invade our country. Now, we can't stop a few dinghies. It is an absolute disgrace. And the French are taking us, as Carol says, as mugs. They've had £500 million almost
to stop this. In 10 years.
£1 billion in 10 years, £500 million since the general election to stop this. And they are just waving these people through. And the final thing I'd say is, for those people at home who, at Christmas, like I used to do, buy the Royal National Lifeboat Institution Christmas cards. I don't know about anyone else, but I won't be buying them this year when I know they've got a job to do. Then they're bringing boats groaning with people into this country. The government's got no plan to stop this. This is seriously dangerous for our country, seriously dangerous for society. It has to stop.
Can I just say, sorry, are you suggesting that a dinghy midway across the channel that is in crisis, that the RNLI should not save those people?
All I'm suggesting is people have a choice about whether they support them. I'm not going to support a charity that is facilitating bringing people into the UK, is facilitating this invasion.
I think Britain is better than that, and the RNLI is better than that.
Well, OK, well,
the city today was flat calm. And the fool Starmer said at the G7, he was boasting that we are leading the world in tackling illegal immigration. What planet is he living on?
It's up 45%.
We're the laughing stock of the world in terms of our immigration. Denmark sorted their problem they cut immigration by 90% in a year. And what they did was they took all the money off them when they came. They said if your asylum, they gave them benefits for a couple of months. They said if your asylum claim fails, you get all your benefits stopped. We put you in a detention centre in the middle of nowhere, and we'll give you just food. And all of them went home. So why aren't we doing that? That's a really simple
solution. They're all working
solution.
in the UK. One thing which was positive today, there was a big border force raid, if you like, on these migrant hotels where people are working as Deliveroo.
Oh, do you know what? I don't really care about that.
But I don't care that they're working. I think at least they're contributing at that point.
They're not paying any tax.
They're not allowed to
work by law.
I don't want them working, but I just think it's a bit of a red herring. So, OK, we've busted some migrants working for Deliveroo. They should not be here in the first place. I disagree with you on one point, Sir Jake, which is you called it a slow-paced invasion. It's not slow. It's at full throttle. The Roman invasion of England was something like 20 to 30,000 soldiers. OK, this is 20 to 30,000 probably every 8 months.
It's going to be more than 50
The global
now.
proportions might have changed a little bit since then. But, I mean, I'm afraid that, a bit of responsibility wouldn't go a long way. This started in 2018.
Actually, I'm not saying the government got it all right. I actually think the Conservative government, the Rwanda plan was at least a plan.
It was a deterrent.
The Labour, you can have debates about whether it's going to work, but it actually brought numbers down. Since Keir Starmer came to power with his plan to smash the gangs, and now they're one in, one out, it's gone up by 45%. Whatever the Conservatives did, which I'm not saying we got everything right.
It's even worse.
It is getting worse under the Labour government, which was elected on a mandate to smash the gangs, which they failed to do.
The idea that these people could come here, could get benefits, could maybe illegally get a job, was established under a Conservative government, and now we've got to try and undo them.
They can stop it. They're not stopping it.
Tory government. What is Labour doing to stop that?
Correct.
We pay £1 billion a month in this country on benefits for.
Oh,
we do in benefits for migrants. It's outrageous.
I mean, they get £40 a week. I don't think that's life changing.
These people, they get more than four. It's not the benefit that the money they get in the hand. It's
NHS dentist,
all of
free
that.
house, access to a GP.
It's not 40 quid to pay for your housing, your healthcare.
I'd like to see any of you live on 40 quid for everything else.
They're not living on 40 quid. They're getting a free house. They're getting free food. They're getting free everything. When they live in a hotel, they get their laundry done. They get free gyms. All of it. So I'm sorry, people in this country are quite rightly furious about this. You see those people? They're not fleeing war and persecution.
Well, you don't know that at all.
I do know that.
You don't know that.
Well, they're not. There's no war in France.
The passport that Mark White showed was of Somalia, which is a country at war. So that proves that they're fleeing.
Why don't they just stop in France then? Because there's no war in France.
France takes almost 3 times as many as
don't give the benefits.
Stay in France. It's a safe country. Then they've passed through many other safe countries before that.
Lots of Brits actually go on holiday to France. It's not meant to be that bad a place.
Let's not play silly buggers. They come to Britain because you get free dentistry, you get free this and that, you get £40 a week or whatever it is on an Aspen card from the Home Office, you get your free hotel, your free Wi-Fi, you get your free food, you get to wander off into town on a free bus to go and buy some shopping with your free money. It's a land of milk and honey.
And to work, pay no tax. What's there not to love?
Right, let's move on.